everyone? Welcome back to the Sunday Tape Podcast. My name is Nick, and this is
Tony.
Today, we're going to be talking about Mr. Zaire Franklin. Came out, last week at some point, that
looking to trade him.
Looking to trade or release him.
Don't know how much you're going to get for him, to be honest with you. But
might be another Tremaine Edmonds situation. You got released this week.
Well, and that's what typically happens when you're looking to trade someone right before free agency period starts Monday, and then if you don't get draft capital that you're anticipating or want, you cut them. It's that simple. And in this case, I don't think there's a whole lot of a market, especially if there's Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there's not an Edmond for Tremaine Edmonds, there's definitely not a market for Zaire Franklin. But I could be wrong. So, I'm not an NFL GM.
Well, he's also, I believe, 2 years older than Edmonds as well, because he'll be 30 June 2nd of this year. So he's turning 30. I believe Edmonds was turning, 28 this year? So Edmonds is younger, faster, stronger, and a better prospect than Franklin is.
Well, just better in general.
Yeah. The only problem is with Edmonds was a salary cap number at 15. Zaire Franklin's is at, I believe, 5. So it's not going to make a much difference, but at this point, just get the attitude off the team. He's part of that losing mentality, regime that we've had for the past several years. And at this point, I just want a complete reset of anyone on the team that has anything to do with that. There's too many games that I see that just, he misses a tackle and he's not sprinting down the field to make up for it whatsoever. He stops, lays on the ground and everything else. The effort's just not there in my opinion. And that's he's supposed to be the leader on defense.
Is he captain?
Yeah, he's a captain. He's got the little green dot on his helmet too.
Oh, he's green dotted.
He's green dotted too. That's the worst part. Is that this is what we're putting out on the field every single day. And to be honest with you, PFF did not do this man any justice, I see.
Yeah, ranked 87th out of 88 linebackers with a 38.4 defense grade.
That is trash. I'm sorry. That man can't cover a nosebleed on the field. I can't tell you how many times that I got on a betting app and any tight end that the Colts faced went up against, I put money on for anytime touchdown. And 9 times out of 10, I scored easy money all year, to be honest with you.
Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, as they say.
Yeah, no, it's bad, man. And everyone, and the worst part is on these social media platforms, everyone's trying to defend him, saying he produces high amount of tackles and everything else. That necessarily doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Since
that just means your defense is on the field a lot.
Oh, that, and there's a lot of missed tackles. He actually has led the league in missed tackles since 2023 with 47 missed tackles, which is trash. So, yeah, he produces high volume with tackles, but he's also missing half the time that he's trying to make a tackle. Too many times. And this was
the teams are running at him.
Correct. Or trying to run away from him, but still, he doesn't do anything to affect the play when it comes to the opposing offenses. They don't, stay up all night worried about where Zaire Franklin is on the field. They're not worried about that. I've seen too many times they run right at him and just, juke him out of his cleats. He's had one good game, I believe, this year, and that was against the Falcons, where he was one of the main reasons we won that game. But besides that, he was pretty much the reason why we lost most of the games at the tail end. Again, too many teams are going right at him, right down our throat, running towards him, especially tight ends and running backs catching the ball.
I think we're putting a little too much blame on Zaire Franklin. That entire Colts team imploded on themselves.
100%. But the linebacker core was bad all season long before it imploded on itself.
You got me there.
Same with the cornerback room due to injuries, but we had no excuse when it came to linebacker. It's just we didn't address it in the offseason, and this is what, you reap what you sow at this point. You think that Zaire's going to have another decent year, and he just regressed. Who knew players that get older regress,
A wild concept.
So we brought in Jermaine Pratt from the Raiders once he was cut, and it was night and day. I'd rather have Jermaine Pratt on the team versus Zaire any day of the week. They're the same linebacker. They're great run stuffers, right? When it covers, they're absolutely just lost in space.
And he's cheaper.
And he's cheaper. And he's younger, too. So, again, cheaper, younger.
Probably better.
Decently better in coverage. I'm not going to say there's a large margin between that. Him and Jermaine Pratt. But again, when it comes to less missed tackles and everything else, Jermaine Pratt is the way to go. I did, watching his game, I rather have him on the field than Zaire at this point. Now, so come Monday, if they don't trade him, they should cut him. Absolutely. I think you can get better draft. He was I believe it was a 7th round pick for us. Again, you can replace him with a 7th round pick in this year's draft for a linebacker. That's how deep this draft class is.
And I will say the list of free agent linebackers is nothing to bat an eye at. The Giants just released. Well, I shouldn't say just released. My boy Bobby Okereke, who I just love saying his name.
Okereke.
Exactly.
Okereke. We used to call him Okereke.
Yeah.
Before he came out and he's like, yo, it's pronounced Okereke. And I was like, dang. That sucks.
I do like me some Bobby Okereke.
He's a good linebacker, but the problem is he is better than coverage, but it's the age.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting up there in age as well.
He's the same age as Zaire Franklin.
He'd be turning 30 this year then. Mm-hmm. So again, he's getting up there in age when it comes to the linebacker. And that's when they start regressing in coverage as the older they get. So again, at this point, I'd rather just
you could just be Bobby Wagner.
That is true, but again, at least he's a good tackler, though. Where Zaire is not.
But just running down this list of free agent linebackers at the top of the board, I got Tremaine Edmonds, and then aforementioned Bobby Okereke. Logan Wilson's really nice too. I enjoy Logan Wilson. Bobby Wagner's a free agent this year. Levante David, old but still effective. Demario Davis. Really, he's 37, but he's still insane. Caden Ellis is there. Kenneth Murray. Matt Milano I really like, even though he's 31.
I'm okay. I heard the Jets are interested in him, letting them overpay him. I'm not interested in him.
Well, the Jets will pay. The Jets will pay anybody with a pulse.
The one I'm interested in, to be honest with you, is Quay Walker from Green Bay. He's young.
He's trash.
He's better than Zaire Franklin. So he's younger. He's cheaper.
I've seen a lot of Quay Walker.
Well, and then of course,
and he can't control his tempo.
And of course, you got Devin Lloyd, but him commanding $15 million a year, between 15, 18, even possibly 20 a year, to me, is just not worth it for a middle linebacker. To be honest with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of serviceable linebackers that are.
Jermaine Pratt.
Mm-hmm. And my boy Jack Sanborn, who I thought the Bears should have never gotten rid of, but who am I?
Wrapping up, and when it comes to the end of the discussion of what we should do with Zaire Franklin, cut, trade, at the end of the day, if they can't get anything for him, which I doubt they're going to be able to, just cut him. At this point, like I said, he's a liability in the pass coverage. He's a liability in tackling, liability in the run game at this point. There's not too much that he does well. I know, again, like I said, everyone's going to point to the amount of tackles that he gets per game. But again, that really doesn't matter if you're just, you're running them down every single play. They still got 20 yards. Just because you made the tackle 20 yards down the field doesn't make it was a great tackle. So, again, the stat that I want to kind of point out the most is he leads the league in missed tackles since he came in. Basically, he's sitting at 11.6%. Possibility of a missed tackle, which is way too high in my opinion. That's nuts, So again, at this point, I don't think there's much you can do with him. Just I ended up cutting him. Like I said, I think he's a liability in all aspects of the football field at this point. Nick, do you have any final arguments you want to put out?
No, I just think we're a little too hard on him. Well, not where I could care less about Zaire Franklin.
It's personal at this point, just because.
Well, now your
games I watched.
Yeah, your personal hatred to Zaire Franklin is duly noted, and it borders my hatred of the likes of Cody Parkey and
double doink.
Don't. That's
how bad it is.
Yeah.
If you had to put Zaire Franklin against any running back, the chances are he's not making a tackle. It's that simple. He just doesn't have that sideline to sideline speed anymore. It's Father Time just surpassed him at this point.
So regardless of what happens,
clear the cap space.
Zaire Franklin is no longer an Indianapolis Colt.
You heard it here first. Hot take from Sunday Take Podcast.
You gotta chill out with that one.
Okay.
Anyway, that's gonna wrap this one up.
Zaire Franklin
gone.
See you later, alligator.
Later.
All right,
we
guys.
will catch you next time
on
the Sunday Tape Podcast.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
See you guys later.